Also, my dog is staying in my room with me, which is, I love him. But he might interrupt the stream in case he wants to vamoose, you know? But I'll let you guys know. I won't just like walk off. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue with trial number 1. Yeah, we'll just jump into it. Let me also make sure that I have the stream manager open. Okay. So we are starting Ace Attorney Game 5, Trial 1. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Huh? The defendant is called to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Should be saying good luck to you. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. That's true! I'll be alone in there. Although, Phoenix did seem to sense Mia without Maya's help a lot. So I don't know. Maybe he has a sixth sense for this. So I have to discover the truth, all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. You're really here for your sister. Don't give me that false hope. Hello, welcome to the stream. February 23rd, 10 o'clock. District Court, courtroom number... District Court, courtroom number 9. Oh, Edgeworth. He doesn't want to do this either. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Okay, a little testy today. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life.
There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stream is going well. It just started, so you've made it at a good time.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. Oh no, what voice did I give her? The cough-up queen? Hmm? Haven't I seen you somewhere?
The lunch lady?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down.
Right now? Already? Did he not eat breakfast?
Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir, did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? That's what I was gonna ask. Name. Profession. Now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurried up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean?
A professional lunch lady? A professional con man?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police.
Her too?
She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Starr was a detective? Everyone was a detective, apparently. Everyone has connections to the police.
Huh.
Aha!
I know who you are. Cough Up? Cough Up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady?
Whenever I think of like cough up in terms of police work, I think of like, you know, hands up against the wall, naked, cheeks spread. Why is she called the cough up queen? Why is this her nickname? Let's go back. Let's keep going.
If I may have the court attentions over... Wait, if I might have the court's attention over here. Over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for the visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out.
It didn't look like it was being driven out. It looked like it had just parked.
Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the crime the very... Wait. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me?
Feeling a little bullied here. Witness testimony. Witness's account.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Because you were planning it. I was on my way to deliver lunch bags to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. How'd you know it was Detective Goodman? Bringing a lunch to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for error or doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Jeez, Judge. Cross-examination. Okay, I think I know where to press. It would be at the end of the statement where she talked about Mr. Goodman. Right here. Let's press her.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
That's not where I was getting at. That's not where I was getting at all.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! Okay, so that wasn't where we press. Let's just press everything else, I guess. What kind of intuition you got for this? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr? Do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I'd found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and unflawless. I messed that entire sentence up. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. That was a long statement. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Judge, she believes in polyamory. You can be in her pocket too. Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? Oh! The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self. The judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up in the second level, so you can see everything from there. That's the security room? I mean, behind that door is clearly a fire exit. Oh! Up there, in the corner. Okay, got it. Not obvious at all. That would be the room with the security sign. I could not see that at all. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Press everything! You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder. Phoenix, not everyone is that psychic, okay? It felt like... How would you say? Oh. Yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Cheese and pumpkin?
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be a hard yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match.
In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean...
Oh yeah, have her insult Edgeworth on the stand.
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
He's not on the stand right now.
Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure was the defendant. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Rookie? Rookie? I'm undefeated!
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring.
Was it? I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism.
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
Oh, she took a picture!
A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap! I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only just now seeing this photograph? You think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. The moment of the crime is photographed by Angel Starr. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye.
But is that Edgeworth's car? It must be, it's behind the wall.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
Let's press that. If she was holding the knife in her right hand, why was it bandaged?
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well,
I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Hmm? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip. Okay, so we pressed this issue already, though. Do we press it again? There must be something we can present. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, let's look through our evidence because we've pressed everything she said. No prints. Can we check? Let's check. There's nothing we can do to... We can't move this photograph around. That is the car. What about the phone call she made? We could bring up the autopsy report. Because Angel is making it sound like he died instantly. So maybe we bring up the autopsy report because according to this, he died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. That's not specific at all. And he could very well have been stabbed at 4 p.m. So I think we bring that up. Let's get to the correct part though. Here maybe? Let's try it. It's wrong. It's wrong. And she thrust it. And she's wearing gloves, so there's no prints. What was she doing there? I always knew a day like this would come. She was holding a knife in her right hand. That's... But what about the phone call? If this was Edgeworth's knife, how come she had the knife? I keep forgetting I could just zoom through it, or like go back through the text.
Okay, she was holding a knife in her right hand. But according to this, it's usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. So let's try this. It's also wrong? Why was Edgeworth's knife out at all? How did they have access to his car? Does no one... Oh, I guess no one locks it in Japan. This is a Japanese game. Also, the blood pattern on the knife? Suspicious. Prosecutor's office. Did she say what time she was there? She didn't, huh? Do we use the picture? And you witnessed this? We use the picture. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. We're using her own evidence against her. As I've said already, yes, I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. All of these lunch boxes are gonna go bad. Does she have a cooler on her or something? I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding the knife? Oh, I kind of had the assumption that this was after she stabbed and pushed the body into the trunk, pushed the body, quote unquote, because she said it was too late, right? That's what Angel said? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That was the quietest objection that you could ever give. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Edgeworth? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Let me do that again. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Yeah, that's what I thought. And how can you tell that? The blood, Phoenix! I mean, I'm yelling at him, but we have to. We have to. Phoenix has to raise objections here. We're arguing in court. Blood splatter. See the dark crimson stains on the see the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Oh, Phoenix, don't be coy. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Or it could be jam. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take this kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection!
Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? It could have been cold. Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on?
I thought they were leather gloves.
If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
His face got real close to the screen.
Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder is a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Press!
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies.
She was inspecting the body.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make.
No, it's not.
Everything was planned. It was premeditated. It was a premeditated crime.
Okay, here's what I think happened. Because the chalk outline or the tape outline had the body out of the car, it was like slouched over onto the floor. I think what happened was the chief prosecutor was probably coming into the parking lot. She heard banging from the car, and the victim broke out and died. Chief prosecutor, the survival expert, probably always have gloves on hand lady that she is. She's very handy. She wouldn't be chief prosecutor if she wasn't. She had gloves in her pocket, pulled them out, was ready to inspect the body, because obviously she doesn't want to tamper with evidence, right? She doesn't want to add her own fingerprints. She picked up the body, stuffed it back in the trunk so she could be like, hey, what's in here? What happened? How'd he die? And then she took a picture. It was all planned by her and her 1,000 boyfriends. Also, why Edgeworth, though?
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound.
That doesn't make sense, Emma. Okay. So we've been through this dialogue, so I'm gonna skip it. . I feel like the only place where we can present... Oh, I skipped too far. I feel like the only place we can present something is this part. So the murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. But what do we present here? Because the only thing, again, that I can think of that makes sense is the picture. It's the only thing that brings up the gloves. Wait, I can slide in this picture? Hold on. Let me check that out. Slide? Oh! That's cool. Anyway. But she made a phone call. I keep wanting to bring that up, but there's no place for me to bring it up. The murder was planned, and the rubber gloves prove it. We could also bring up the ID because it was just left there. But I don't think now is the appropriate time to do so. Is there something on the back of this? Oh, I can't turn it. The murder was planned. I mean, what if we just present this again? It doesn't prove anything. Did we press her already? I don't think we pressed her. Did we? Did we press it? Oh, yeah, we did. We did press it. It was all planned. Okay, how do we prove that it wasn't premeditated? How do we? Because it would be dependent on when Edgeworth would drive in, right? Right? Let's bring up the stub. Oh! That was an accident. I meant to present. Not this again. Let me present. Okay, yeah, the only way I can see it not being premeditated was that it was dependent on Edgeworth's car being there. So it's wrong. No! Well, how else do you propose, Phoenix? Phoenix, what else do you want me to show? What about the phone call? I'm not sure I follow either, Judge. I don't know what I'm doing. My one piece of good evidence didn't work. Well, we could do ID. We could do ID. Do over. Let me do it again. No. No. No, we'll get her not guilty next time, Judge. Just let's run it back. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we got it, we got it, we got it. Let's just fast forward, okay? None of it makes sense. What is the game trying to tell me? All I'm getting from this is, well, how do you prove that it wasn't planned? Does the pay stub not make sense to anyone else? Doesn't make sense to the game. Okay, we are fast forwarding through this whole first section because we already played it through. We know what to do though, thankfully. I miss Miss May. Anyone else miss her? Her voice was so fun to do. Maybe I should have just given her Miss May's voice. Maybe I would have had more enjoyment out of it. Maybe we bring up the floor plans. Because even if it's premeditated, there's still a security guard. There should be a security guard in there. I feel like that's easily contradicted though, because there is a wall right there. Okay, so we have to press. This was, I remember the first one was a long bit. I don't remember where the other evidence came from. I think it was the final statement. So this is how we find out she was fired. And then this one. Wait. This one. Do we have the picture? Not yet. I believe it's this one too then? Oh, it wasn't. Let's question her intuition. I think this is how we get the photo. It wasn't. Okay, we'll just press everything. Did we present something to her? No. This was it. Questioning her intuition. Okay, now we have the photograph. So we can bring the photograph up to this one. Okay, we're gonna skip through this. See, another way he could have argued that it was premeditated was, wouldn't she have found somewhere to get rid of the clothes and the gloves? Even with the picture, like, she could have stalled for a little bit. Murder was planned. I still think we present on this final statement. But again, I have no clue what. We already tried. We tried the ID. We tried the parking stub, the cell phone, and the crime photo. I think we try the parking lot floor plans because maybe Phoenix will bring up the fact that the security guard was supposed to be in the booth watching. Hopefully. Damn it. Damn it! I mean, I could be totally wrong here. Maybe it's not this statement that we present evidence on. I could be completely wrong. Did we present the knife? I think we did. Because I remember going on a whole tangent about, like, well, it's supposed to be in Edgeworth's toolbox. How did she get access to the knife? You know, we haven't brought this up as something we could present in a really long time. What if we just present this? What if we present this? It's not. It's not. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I just dumb? Given to Edgeworth. Wouldn't it have been given to him from the chief prosecutor? In that case, in that vein, wouldn't it make sense if the chief prosecutor and Edgeworth were in the same car together coming back to the police station? No. This trophy was at the police station, not at the prosecutor's office. I'm confused. That's not it either. I'm at a loss. Oh, I'm so confused. What about this memo? Besides the paper mascot robot machination that Gumshoe made, this is the only other evidence we can present. And it's wrong. So we don't present on that one. I'm not even gonna try. Should I try it? We're at the final stretch. Do we try it? It looks so beat up. This is not it. I already know. What is it? Okay, we've expended... We have expended all of our attempts. I've already tried every single piece of evidence for that final statement, and they're all wrong. So it has to be something else. Something else that proves that this was not premeditated. I still think it has to do with the security box. But I'm not quite sure I can put my finger on it. The only thing that's like tickling my brain is like she said she was on her way. So maybe she wasn't behind the fence. Maybe she was already in A block. That can mean a number of things. I mean, the photograph proves that she was on the other side of the fence in B block. You don't necessarily see the chain link fence, but you see her. Wait. Maybe? Wait. Maybe we bring that up? When she says that she was on the way to the boyfriend. Because why would the chain link fence not be in the photograph? Okay, come on. Let's test her ego here. I just don't know. This case is being difficult for no reason. I mean, it's being difficult, I guess, because everyone's a professional. Oh. Wait, that didn't give us the picture. Give us the picture! She didn't give us the picture! Wait, did she? Hello? Did we break the game? Okay, I guess it wants us to... press everything now? I mean, we didn't press everything last time. We most certainly didn't press this again. It's up on the second floor. You can see everything. See, that has to be important. Give me the picture. Do I present something? I don't. I don't. Wait. What's going on? What's going on? We're not getting the picture. What is happening? Did I soft lock myself? Figured I'd give that a try anyway. What did I... There, finally, okay. Oh, we do see the chain link fence. We do see the chain link fence. With A for A block. I mean, I still... want to bring up the floor plans. But I'm not sure where. We already know that we present this. Oh my god. This is so frustrating. Premeditated gloves. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing that we have that we can bring up that proves this statement wrong. It has to be something else. Like, I really want to present something for this statement. Because her boyfriend, she was talking about the security guard, right? The security guard. So he had to have seen something. See, it's on the second level. He could have seen it. It's even over the wall. She was here or something. What is this? That looks suspicious. Parking lot. It's like, What is it? $518. Cell phone has to be important here. The cell phone, the parking stub, and the floor plans. Those are the big 3 items that, like, I know it has something to do with this. I know it's a way that we could prove that this wasn't premeditated. But I have no clue in which order to present it. Where did that trench coat go? Wait! That looks like Goodman's trench coat. The detective who died? I mean, that's probably like a wild-ass theory. Probably not it at all. I wonder if the chief prosecutor is being blackmailed. Like, what if someone was trying to murder her but Goodman protected her. That wouldn't explain why she has the trench coat on, though. Unless he was like hobbling, like she was carrying him like that over her shoulder. That also wouldn't explain why he's stuffed in Edgeworth's trunk. So I still stand by the theory that he was stuffed in Edgeworth's trunk during the award ceremony. Edgeworth drove back here to the prosecutor's office with the dead body in the trunk, and he broke out. What do we bring up? Do we bring up the parking stub here? To when she was on her way? Somehow she always knew a day like this would come. Maybe because of this memo? Because you're all related to this incident? Man, I don't know. I don't want to look up the answer because I want to feel smart, number one. Number two, like, I don't know. I mean, I could look up the answer. I was on the way. When did you enter the parking lot? Like, we don't have any other clues here. If I lose this round of questioning for the third time, I might just look it up because this is insane. This is crazy. I can't believe that. I can't believe this. I wish it told us the names. That's on Karma. What are the other names? Guess it's not important. I have no freaking clue. I have no clue. Okay, I'm looking it up. I know I said I was gonna wait until I failed this time, but I don't know if I want to go through that again. Okay, let's see. Present Edgeworth's knife to the murder was planned and the rubber gloves prove it. What? I thought we tried everything. We present the knife? But that doesn't make sense. Wouldn't this prove her point? Witness, do you know what this is? Did we not try the knife?
Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor here. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Did we not present the knife? I could have sworn I went on a whole tangent and presented the knife. Or did I go on the tangent and not present the knife? I guess that has to be the case because we never got this. That's crazy. That's insane. I mean, I did say initially, like, if she premeditated this, it would all be dependent on Edgeworth. On number one, when his car gets there, and then number two, the knife usually being in the toolbox. Like, huh? Who plans things out like that? Depending it all, like, having your plan be dependent on another person. Like, that's insane. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. That was such a dramatic death. Or not death, sorry, she didn't die. That was such a dramatic, like, attack to the heart. A dramatic fall. Like, order! 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 Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. No, she's not. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Will it be fresh?
What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs. Wait, that is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Really. Witness testimony. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Well, that's wrong. There was only one knife wound. There was only one knife wound. So again and again is incorrect. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, I will! Cross-examination! Let's get there. That we skipped it. We skipped it, boys. Okay. Present. You say she was you say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Were you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. Oh, Edgeworth's the one presenting it. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness, you got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. What bizarre lunches. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? This throws her photograph out, if this is what she's admitting to. When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then, tell us what you saw. Tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Let's press her on this. Her red muffler? Like her scarf? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can easily be hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard. Judge, not right now! For a bib. Not right now! A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, But she wasn't wearing one here. I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. I get what you're putting down, Phoenix. You want me to press her on everything she said. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay, well, let's press her then. Let's do it, Phoenix. You and me. You've said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, all right, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Edgeworth! Excuse me! No. Why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. How does she know, though? Because the last person that she called on her phone was Emma. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Here's where we present. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. Oh. Edgeworth's just gonna bring it up for us? She might have written him a letter. Come on. You could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office, where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? Let's inquire about this. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. That's not... Judge. Judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. I want to present something here. Let's check this. Yeah. In all of her recollections and this photo, she's not wearing a muffler. Let's bring that up. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What?
Edgeworth, are you helping me? What is happening right now? You're supposed to defend her.
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well.
I do remember some things, accurately at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Okay, give it to us. Witness testimony. Apprehending the suspect.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
The chief prosecutor made to escape, but Angel Starr.
Oh, wait, but against Angel Starr,
resistance is futile.
No, you're wrong! Bring up the floor plans!
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. They're both snakes. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Your cross-examination, if you will. I can't believe I did that.
Cross-examination. Okay. Well, I definitely want to bring up this. Let's, I'm just gonna present it. I'm that confident. Game? Why are you doing this to me? What do you mean you don't see a contradiction? It's the entire floor plan. There's a fence! There's a fence. There's a fence! Guys, there's a fence! You guys know there's one. I was so confident. I was so confident. I'm a fool. Absolute fool. I should have just pressed. Third time's the charm. Let's go. Wait, what? Was that not our third time? This is our fourth time now. Let's just skip. Anyway, good time to check in with chat. What are you guys up to? How are you guys feeling? Got anything planned for the day? Do anything fun already? What about the rest of the week, huh? This is awful. This is awful. Why did they add this case? I could have been done with it. I could have been done with the first game. Could have been on to the second one. I have many regrets. I want her to be Miss May now. I can't believe the game is doing this to me. Like, is that not offense? Hello? We'll press her on it. We'll press her. Don't worry, we'll press her. Anyway, if you're here, going through this whole thing again with me. Oh, wait, I'm on Witness's account. Hold on. I'm on cross-examination. Let's press. Anyway, if you made it this far into the stream and you're here going through this with me again for the third time, hello! Welcome, any new viewers. Welcome to any returning viewers. Just welcome. Welcome to you. A couple updates while we're all here going through this again. While I present this. Thursday, I'm not sure if a stream is gonna happen. I mean, yes, I want to stream that day, but I do have a prior appointment in the morning, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. I'll keep you guys updated though. Stream just might be delayed that day. But other than that, in terms of Twitch, like, we're good. We're gonna keep playing Phoenix Wright. Is anyone else playing through this again? Or playing it for the first time? Like me, I'm playing it for the first time. Which is why we're going through this again. This specific part of the case. And if you are, how many of the games have you played so far? Because I know this one was bundled with, like, the Great Ace Chronicles, which looks to be a prequel to the series, right? So I don't know if anyone has been playing the game chronologically, like not by release date, but chronologically, the order that they seem to be in the timeline. Okay, Angel's deduction. Okay, we've done this. We want to present the autopsy here. And then we still have to present the muffler. Present this. There we go. And we should all be caught up now. We should now be at the point where we left off. But yeah, how's everyone enjoying the game so far? How's everyone enjoying their games? I'm having a lot of fun, despite me being frustrated at this point in time. Okay, okay. We got this, we got this. Cross-examination. It has to be this. Has to be this. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yes. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lynchland car was... Oh, that's quite far. She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That doesn't look like the angle in the photo. Like, she had to be between those two cars. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have got to my sister that fast. Especially if she was taking a photo. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? What, you're gonna tell me you climbed over the cars? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes. The chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. To Emma. By phone, do you mean this cell phone? Discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. In heat? No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone updated in the court record. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. What if she's not talking about her scarf muffler? What if she's talking about the muffler of the car? Maybe there's a tracker in there. I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. I guess we'll press this. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Oh. I was just gonna ask the same thing. I think this is just a repetition. Unless it's not. She seems angry now. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Oh, we got a diagram this time. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition, but then wouldn't the security officer would have seen her? Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. See, but at this time, you wouldn't have seen her access the phone. You wouldn't have. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence? Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. But the phone was nowhere near that area. It was beside the car. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? The phone was dropped by the car, and there's a wall dividing the space. No, you weren't alone, Angel. She made to escape? Can you be more specific? You fucked up. She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other? The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the from the partition to the oil drums. Wait, it doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil... Why can't I say that? From behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So, Miss Skye tried to run? I'm sorry my sister's so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Okay. Behind a partition off to her side. This is still suspicious to me. I saw it all. Okay, no. You couldn't have seen it all because there was a wall. Is this gonna be wrong again? Fuck it. I'm presenting this with confidence! Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. Don't stop me, Edgeworth. You were helping me before. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. This is why she hates Edgeworth. This is why they want to get him out. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you'll allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told to the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw. Ooh, or where she saw it. Well, we can't say where she saw it because we still have that photo that she could use against us. And it's very clearly behind the chain link fence. So I'm going to go with what she saw. Because we're aiming specifically for that point in her testimony where she talks about her using the wall phone. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Skye using that emergency phone at all. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Starr lie like that? Huh? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone, but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. You ordered the patooey on rice, right? Mr. Wright, and I thought you had something here. Wait, what? Huh. I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. I know I was just arguing about the fact that she could have lied where she saw it and could use the photograph to counter that. But I also have an argument for the order of events. Let's not get into that. Let's just go with this. Miss Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie? I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now, that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. It's not pointless! She was delivering lunch to her boyfriend! Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here. Come on, be right. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed. The security room in the... Wait. Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. Except probably behind, directly behind the wall. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime, and the back of the partition, is there. I remember in your testimony you said you brought lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? There you go, Phoenix, there you go. Well, Miss Starr. Good boy. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr. That's your swan song? Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Skye? Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. I called it. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Get the facts. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station, yes? But she lied and said she saw it from B block because she's covering for someone. Someone else was there. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Difference in lighting, distance to the crime, angle of view. I mean, that's the most obvious one, right?
The angle.
Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean?
My dog is out and about. Hi! Sorry, Mama's working.
Uh, uh, um, well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Um. Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright. Okay, yeah.
The distance. Because she's on the second floor. That's way more than like 30 feet, 30 meters away. What did she say? 30 something.
It changes the distance between her.
Wait, could it be the lighting? I'm trying to think of a reason why a change in lighting would be important. Anyway, it changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. It's who she saw! What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime.
Oh, or that too.
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go? How long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness, yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Okay. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
So... Oh, hell no. Oh, no!
That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block.
No, I don't believe this one bit. That's so long.
That's quite a detour.
No.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get the scene. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes?
How fast were you running? Damn.
This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Do we? I don't think we do. Evidence to prove that the door was locked and it took her 5, I don't think we have evidence, but I feel compelled to raise an objection. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to object. "5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. I mean, yeah, that doesn't sound right at all. But we have no evidence to present is the problem. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, Rookie. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, Rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instinct of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I mean, we had to go through it like 4 times. But who's counting? I'm afraid that the Cough-Up Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. One might say she's just a cough-up now. Who's holding us up? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else left to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Huh. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh, a triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Witness testimony, decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime. Wait, I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. Why don't we have this evidence? One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Why do you have the shoe? What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Decisive evidence needs. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
I mean, it sounds like she was withholding all of her evidence. The photo, the security guard station, the shoe.
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
Well, I mean, you gotta double check,
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensic department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You could at least study some evidence law. Really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe. Bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Don't mind if I do. Cross-examination. Let's press her.
So, you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were two types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. With a blood test, without a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, Ricky? Uh-huh. Well, speak up. Uh, well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Emma, shut your trap! Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Skye's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that.
Do we have any additional evidence? Or, nah. Can we check this ourselves?
Ooh, we can rotate. This blood. It's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis.
Anything else to see? Oh.
There's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. Oh, he must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue.
Is it?
What are you trying to say, Phoenix?
What are you trying to say, Phoenix?
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish cuts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
There's a problem!
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one problem. One critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, Rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. I have no idea what we're about to say.
What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
I mean, if he was stabbed, why is he stepping in a puddle of his own blood? And why is the blood not pouring on top? I hope that's right.
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of a shoe? Do we select the stabby stabby? Do we select the stabby stabby? I'm selecting the stabby stabby! I'm guessing your shoe has blood on it too. You just shot yourself in the foot. Does that mean it was wrong? Would you like a grinder? Or a grind from the heel of my boot, Mr. Wright? Man, tough crowd. Mr. Wright, let's be scientific about this. Examine the evidence. As I thought. A waste of time. Well, that was a nice break. Let's return to the testimony, shall we? Okay, so I have to do that all over again? Where did I present it? Was it here? No, it was here. Right? Okay, let's present it again. Do we bring up the photo? Because there was no puddle of blood on the ground, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, 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 what's happening? Has my game audio been muted? Oh no. Oh no. I'm a professional. Okay. Is it on now? Can you hear it? Okay. Let's see. This shoe proves it. No, I want to go back. I want to go back to the blood. Two types of blood. One was the victim's and the other matched the defendant. Wait, did we present here? Because there's no puddle of blood. What is he stepping in? Let's present. Let's try to go back to that moment. Wait, it's wrong. It's all wrong. It's gone bad. It's gone so bad. What's happening? Take it back. Run it back. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Oh god. Well, anyway. Since we're here, hello! Welcome, everyone! This is my stream where I know nothing about what's going on at any given time.
Okay. Now we just have to remember, like, what all of the answers were. Oh, I can't believe I had game audio turned off that whole time. We're professionals here. We know what we're doing, right? Okay, well, while I have this time, just a quick update for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream. We're gonna be streaming tomorrow, but Thursday might be a little iffy. Hold, I'm on cross-examination. Oh, I think we have to press her here, right? We have to press her. Because we need the photo. So we question all of her intuitive responses. Thursday might be a little iffy because we are changing our internet provider. And the only availability they had was Thursday morning. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to do whatever they need to do. So stream might be delayed that day. But I will still be streaming. And then in terms of just our streaming schedule for the rest of the month, it's all going to be Ace Attorney. You guys should know this by now. We're going to try to finish this entire trilogy in time for Apollo Attorney Trilogy to come out. And then we're gonna binge through that. So for anyone wondering if I'm gonna be playing any other games, probably not anytime soon. Unless, like, I'm in dire need of a break from it. Try this again. Give me the picture. In terms of YouTube, editing is going really well. I'm in the final stages of quality assurance for case number 2, episode 2, or part 2 rather. I think I've watched it back a couple 100 times by now. But I'm just making sure that all audio is synced up correctly because sometimes, I don't know if it's my computer or if it's the free DaVinci Resolve program. Sometimes the my voice audio will desync from the game audio. Oh no, we're having this issue again. I really should just go down the line. Oh, here we go. Nope, that wasn't it. Give me the photo. I think by now we should have pressed everything. There we go. Okay, now we have the photo and we can now call her out on it. She just stoked the fire to her own case. And present photo. If you're wondering why I'm just speeding through this, it's because I've already been through this part of the case. And I failed. So we're just restarting. Object. So far, this case has given me the most trouble out of all of the other cases in this first game. I don't like it. Present the knife here. everyone's being way too vague, and the evidence, for whatever reason, has to be very specific. Some of them just don't make sense. Like, why couldn't I use the stub in place of the knife? I mean, I get that the knife is the murder weapon there, but the pay stub can also determine, you know, when Edgeworth got there, because the whole plan to murder, the entire plan, is deterministic on whether he's there or not at that time. Whatever. I hate this case. Where's Miss May? Bring her back. What do you mean I left it muted? Don't say that. Don't scare me. Lana intended. She called. We present autopsy here. Oh, earlier. Yeah. I hope at least, the audio came in for the VOD. Or not for the VOD, but for the recording. Because otherwise I'll have to play this again for the video. And here we present the photo again. I think I'll just have to, make a separate save just in case. Because if it was muted, that might mean that it was muted the entire stream. Which kind of sucks. Primarily because it's just me talking to the screen then. Who wants to hear that? Okay. Let me cross-examine. Put me in there. Attempted to run behind. She quickly caught her. This is wrong, right? I think I have to press her. Aw, man. It sucks. It sucks. I don't think we necessarily have to press her on this. Wait. This is where she brings up the phone, right? Yeah. This is when we find out about the phone. Yes, this is my first playthrough study. Welcome to the stream. I mean, technically it's my first playthrough, but today, this is like my 5th playthrough of this part of the game. We failed so many times! It's being hard for no reason. Luckily, it starts you over. But it's just annoying because you have to go through the entire trial. Okay. She saw it all. I think now we can present evidence. Edgeworth, let me have this. You have no idea how hard it was to get back to this point. I still don't know why she's called Cough Up Queen. Who gives themselves that title? Because I think of something completely different. Strip search? Strip search. Where she saw it. Can we save in the middle of the trials? I didn't even think to do that. Okay, now we get into her ridiculous testimony about how she took a detour from the security room. Who does that? Okay. Distance. Edgeworth, please. I know you want more time with me, but we can't. We can't. That's an insane route. She tries the door and it's locked. Then she goes all the way around. Mind you, she's on the second floor. It's crazy. It's crazy. She's still sticking by the fact that she jumped over that fence too. What is wrong with her? Okay. Her spork, the caviar. Let's object here. I'll try it in a little bit. When I actually get to my point of no return. Who is she covering for? Not the boyfriend. Surely not. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. Okay. She brought up the shoe. We're back at the shoe part. Man, they hate each other's guts. It's really curious. Like, why is she even in this trial? Oh wait. She wants to put away the chief prosecutor. I answered my own question. Okay. Yeah, we can save here. Well, we can try. Oh, we can save mid-trial. Oh, that's cool. Neat. Thank you for that. Let's see. Should have mentioned. Did I not bring up the shoe? Press her on this. So, you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. Her boyfriend. The other one. And she got away with a little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. Do we have the shoe already, by the way? Oh, yeah. Okay, we can check the blood. Check the blood! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue.
Oh, it is, Phoenix. It is. I just completely forgot where we pressed that issue with the shoe.
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, Rookie? Uh-huh. Well, speak up.
Well,
blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of blood types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Sky's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe? That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was gonna say that.
Okay, press again. So we failed last time because we presented the shoe during that last statement of hers. So do we present it prior to that? I can't remember, honestly.
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
No, I don't want any of your food. I don't think you should have that food. I don't think it's good anymore.
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
Oh, okay. So we didn't present the shoe. It was just a pressing issue. There's a problem.
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, Rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
The bottom!
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, Rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
Okay, this is where we got deterred. So I brought up the knife as evidence. But I think we have to bring up the picture. Because it's clear in the picture that there's no puddle of blood here. Because if he was stabbed, at this point in time, it would have been on top of the shoe, yes. Like, that completely makes sense. But at the bottom, like, no, it had to have been there already. Let's present.
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. They're so close to the screen. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! Order! Well, witness? What? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think. Hey, I don't know. I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. I mean, that's a stretch, Phoenix. We're not that good, you know? You don't have to pat me on the back like that. Like, please. No compliments. We only tried this like 5, 6 times, maybe. What? Anyway, obviously, the crime wasn't done there. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I give her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I can't believe I did it again. You could have skipped over that, Edgeworth. You didn't have to make me do that again. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh! I didn't even think of that. See, my initial theory was that he was killed, stuffed into Edgeworth's trunk, and then Edgeworth drove the body unknowingly back to the prosecutor's office. But it was stuffed in an oil drum, is what you're telling me? Is that what you're trying to sell me? Oh? That, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. That's not what I thought this was gonna go. I didn't think that's where it was gonna go. I mean, why? You're saying it cleaned the crime scene? Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason. Aha! You don't mean... Yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. to erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. But wouldn't she have been wet? Or something else must have been wet too. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. The shoes! The shoes! They would have been clean too, right? Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? Oh, I'm so confused. So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright? Do something! Please! What can I do? Your sister's confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds defendant Miss Lana Skye. Object, damn it! There you go. Little girl, what did you just say? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister had evidence by erasing the bloody fingerprints, bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else. This trial is scuffed! The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you'll be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Another picture? There it is! The thing in the muffler! Is that her muffler in the muffler? A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. Well, I see no room for error in this evidence. You're just gonna accept the evidence? Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Or it's not in the parking lot. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. No, you did, Emma. You did. Because the knife is in the body. Maybe. I think that's what we go with. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Come on, Mia! Come forth! Spirit! Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. There she is! He's got his spirit sense.
Give me 1 second. My dog wants out of this room. Just one moment. All right, all right. All right, right. See, we didn't need a fae. We didn't need Maya fae. We have our own spirit sense. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Took a while there, Phoenix. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Not after you scarfed down like 4 meals from the witness. Whatever, Judge. My respect for you has gone down the hill. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Oh, I have loads of evidence. Buckets of it. So right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've gotta go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. I really want to select the flooring around the car because it's metal. Why would it be metal in a parking lot? But I don't know if we pick the knife here. You know what? We'll just try it. Stop wondering. Well, it's probably here and it's probably wrong. As your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you a piece of advice. When you point at something, at least remember to keep your eyes open. Okay, it's the knife. It's the knife. It's the knife. Save? No. We're still okay here. We're still okay. Knife. Well, it's not the knife either. Wait. The water? The shoe? The water? The water and the shoe! Because it wouldn't clean the bottom of the shoe, right? Is that what he's going for? This trial is insane. Thankfully, they're not docking me for all this pointing that I'm doing. Okay. I have no clue where Phoenix wants me to point. I know I pointed out the muffler in the muffler, but surely not. Wouldn't the shoe and the water make more sense? Like, the shoe should be cleaned of blood. if it really was cleaned with water. Like, does that not make sense?
The problem in this photograph is here.
If I could toss my desk right now.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Why are you talking about the car like it's not your car, Edgeworth? That's your car!
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
Oh, Judge. Oh, Judge. Even I, someone who knows absolutely nothing about cars, know that cars have mufflers.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see. And I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Huh. So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not gonna be that easy.
Oh, it hasn't been easy, Phoenix! Way to rub it in!
In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Because of the phone call! Right?
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Oh. Ah!
Did she die?
Why did it fade to black like that?
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Finally!
Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. Are you not full? He's still hungry?
Oh, thank God! Finally! It's over! Yes.